Hey y'all, my name is Catherine Young and I'm a creative, and today we are going to make some DIY projects of some at-home items I really loved, and we're going to make them right at home. So I truly believe in thrifting, especially for seasonal items that aren't in your house all year round. It is a great way to save money, and quite frankly, it's much better for the environment if you thrift those seasonal items. So today we are gonna just do some DIY projects of some items that I saw from at home that I thought were so cool. Now, to be quite honest, I didn't even know At Home was a store before this Halloween season this year. I've never been there, I never heard of it. But so many people kept talking about the great Halloween decor at Home, you know, code orange, y'all. And I was like, these things are so super cute, but I'm pretty sure I can make those for less. And I'm pretty sure I can thrift things that are pretty darn close. So in this video, we are gonna focus on 4 projects that are inspired by at-home items that we are gonna make at home. All 4 of these projects are pumpkins that I thought were super cute, but I knew I could make at home. Come here. Come here, Lily. Do you need to be in the video? Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Oh, Tom. Tom, Lily. Yeah, good girl. So we're gonna focus specifically on 4 different items that I really thought were gorgeous. The first one was like this gourd that was like white with a black stem with like black bats flying up it. Oh, I thought that one would be so fun to make. The next one is going to be this pumpkin that kind of like has like this graffiti or chalk look on it. That one I knew I could make as well. The next one I think is going to be a little bit harder. It is this pumpkin that kind of has like snakes going up it. I thought it was really beautiful. I don't know if I'm going to do this snake gold or not going up it, but I really think I can do that one at home. And the last one, I truly loved this pumpkin stack, this 3 pumpkin stack. I thought it was so great, but oh my God, the price tag, right? Ouch. I knew I could make that 3 pumpkin stack or something pretty darn close for way less than $100. So the first item, and the one that I would say is probably easiest, is going to be that one that kind of has the bats flying up it. I thrifted this pumpkin, I believe it was $2.99, and it looks like somebody just put these like little fall stickers on there. So I am just gonna peel those off, and I am going to paint this stem more of a black color to match the one online. And then I found some, just a little bit of felt fabric. It looks like it's been cut up a bit. I found it at the thrift store for $2.99, and I'm gonna use this felt fabric to make the bats. I've decided to use heat to try to get these off. And all I'm just gonna do is use a blow dryer and blow on it and try to peel them off. What heat really does to things that are stuck to things is it kind of changes the composition of sticky stuff, tape and things like that. So hopefully this will help me get these off without leaving so much residue and without picking up chunks of the pumpkin underneath.
So this actually ended up working super well. Everything came off. There was maybe just one little area where a little chunk of the pumpkin got stuck, but oh goodness, y'all, look at my hands.
So the next thing I'm gonna do on this pumpkin is I am going to paint the top a darker black. Now this is just acrylic paint, nothing special about this paint. And I'm not super worried about it because, you know, this pumpkin isn't gonna be handled that much. So if the acrylic paint doesn't stick that well, that's okay. So I figure paint this top, and then while it dries, work on cutting out the bats out of felt. Now, using the photo as inspiration, it looks like there's like 8 or 9 bats. And so I am just going to take this felt scrap and I'm gonna cut bats out of it. Now, I'm not gonna make a template, but if you wanna make a template that makes total sense. I do whatever you feel makes you comfortable, right? But for me, I'm just going to fold them in half so the bats I cut out are, you know, symmetrical. And yeah, I'm just gonna cut my bats right out of this felt. There's my first one. Now I think he's like a little chubby, so I might finesse him, but not bad. There we go. Now I really like how that turned out. See how cute that's gonna look?
So here are all the bats that I created. They're not perfectly uniform, but that doesn't really bother me. I don't think you'll notice that when they're all kind of flying 3D up the pumpkin. And yeah, that didn't take me that long to cut them out, and I think they look great.
Next, I'm gonna look at my inspiration image to kind of decide how I want the bats to go. And I kind of want them looking like they're flying up the side of the pumpkin, just like the inspiration image. I think the only thing I have to be careful of is I have to try to cover this little spot that happened when I was peeling off the decals. But other than that, I'm just gonna kind of go for it. I'm gonna use hot glue to do this. Now, one thing I noticed when I placed the bats on the pumpkin is they don't quite have that same 3D effect that I really want to get. So I grabbed some wire and some wire cutters, and I'm just gonna put some wire around the back of the bats and use some hot glue to hold it there. That's gonna give me that 3D effect I'm really going for. Yeah, I really think using the wire is the perfect solution. Look how this bat has nice wing curve now. I think that's exactly what I'm looking for. And here it is, y'all, all done. I actually had more bats than I think they have on their pumpkin, and mine became a little more 3D. But yeah, I really like how it looks. I think it looks great. What do you think? The next pumpkin is going to be that like graffiti style one, that chalk style one. And so I found this pumpkin at the thrift store. It looks like somebody already kind of DIY'd this anyways. And I think all it needs is some black paint and some white words painted on it, and we will be in business. Okay, now for our little graffiti pumpkin. This one should be fairly easy. It just had words on it that were like spooky, beware, all kinds of Halloween related words. I think the one in the store was slightly beveled and indented around the words, but I don't think that's really gonna impact the look. So I'm just gonna start painting up words.
I felt like this part of the project, you could take like pencil and you could really trace out the letters and decide where things were going. I didn't do that. I just kind of winged it. But you know what? I did run into some spacing issues. I probably should have been more prepared. So that is something, if you're going to attempt this, that I would actually recommend. I would recommend writing things out instead of just eyeballing it. But I think it turned out okay. And yeah, this one was fairly easy.
Okay, this is how this pumpkin turned out. Y'all, I super love this one, and I love that I got to put like kind of my own words on it. So like I love Hocus Pocus, so I put that on there. I got to put Thrift-o-ween, I got to put Witchy Woman, and I got to put Season of the Witch. And you know, those are sayings that I love in Halloween decor. So This one actually turned out better than I possibly could have imagined, so I'm really excited about this one. The next pumpkin I'm gonna try to recreate is the one with the snakes. So I picked up these little snakes from the thrift store. Now, to be quite honest, I think the thrift store is selling these. I don't think these are secondhand, but the pumpkin is secondhand, and I'm gonna try my hand at making that snake pumpkin, or at least something pretty similar. Now that I have this pumpkin all spray painted, I am gonna add my snakes. Now, after kind of laying these on there, I really could tell that I do need both of them. I am gonna paint them with like gold and green, and we'll just paint them up, let them dry, and then we'll put them on the pumpkin.
So this part is pretty straightforward. I decided to paint one like in pearlized green and the other one like a gold, and I just changed up the color of my own personal choice, kind of making it a little more creepy and oozy feeling.
Okay, now we're gonna work on the pumpkin that we did the snakes for. The one that is in store actually only has one snake, but I think I'm gonna use two just to give it even more of a like serpentine vibe and to really get the snakes coiled all around. One thing I don't know if it's gonna work is the snake's head is kind of propped up on the one in the picture. So I'm gonna use some wire that I have here and try to do that. And I'm gonna use like the stem of the pumpkin to help me out a bit, but it might not look as good as the one that's specifically made that way.
So I tried and tried and tried to make the wire work. I tried impaling it, I tried using hot glue, and nothing worked to keep the wire in there. The snake just naturally had a way it wanted to turn, and it had nothing to do with the wire. So I gave up on the wire idea.
So after futzing with the wire forever, I just gave up. It just wasn't working. Not all craft projects go the way you think they're going to. So I think I'm just gonna rely on the stem to keep the head of the snake kind of elevated a bit. And we're just gonna go for it.
And placing the snake was even a struggle. It didn't go around the pumpkin like I needed it to. I ended up making little slices in the snake, trying to weave it around better, but the hot glue wasn't working. Nothing was working. This project was just, well, I was struggling. This project, nothing was staying. It just was not working out.
This is about the moment where I'm realizing the Michaels brand glue is literal garbage. So I'm gonna see if I can't try to find glue sticks that are that other kind, because these ones just, they aren't working out. Okay, different glue sticks. Hopefully these ones are better. They're more milky, less clear. So if that means they're better, because I'm starting to feel that this one isn't gonna turn out.
So I just absolutely could not get this to stick the way I wanted it to. I couldn't create the cool curve that the original pumpkin had. And I let go and I let live. At least the glue was working a little bit better this time.
Okay, now let's go for the gold snake as well.
So I'm really hoping the extra snake really helps kind of bulk it up a bit, and it did. I think it helped just make it look a little cooler, not like the original pumpkin, but still a little cooler having the two snakes.
Okay, so the snake one is now done. I can tell you, I think from far away and on camera, I think it looks good, but this one did not turn out to meet my expectations. You know, hot glue and rubber snakes and rubber pumpkins, this new medium that I partook in, yeah, it didn't work out as great as I thought it was going to, but it's still pretty cool, and I'm still gonna put it in my display this year. So the last item, she's a big one. So that last stack, I just couldn't see paying $100 for. So I found this 3-pumpkin stack. It looks like it was probably a DIY project in the beginning anyways. And this, let's see, how much did I pay for this? I paid $14.99 for this big pumpkin stack. And I think just some spray paint and we're gonna have something pretty darn close to the at-home 3-pumpkin stack that inspired me. All right, here we are, y'all. This is the big one. This is the one I've been waiting to do and that is gonna take the most time. So this, I'm gonna imitate the painting of the big stack pumpkins from at home. And yeah, I also think I'm gonna leave the leaves that are on here just black. I don't think I'm gonna do anything with them, but we'll see as we get going. So, whew, I gotta adjust my camera angles because this is huge. Here we go.
So I changed up the top and I decided to go with painting white on the like cording kind of things that were already there. And I actually really loved this. It turned out giving it kind of Tim Burton vibe and I totally dug it much more than if it were polka dot on top. So I thought that was a really good decision. Next, I started doing the diamonds on the bottom. And I think if I went back, I would make them a little larger. I think I made them too small for the overall effect of the original. Here you can see my camera angle and how really this pumpkin is just so huge compared to everything else. That front camera angle is almost useless at getting what I'm working on. Oh, I just thought it was really funny, so I kind of kept this shot in, even though I could have pulled it.
Okay, y'all, last layer, doing the orange. Here we go.
Finishing up the orange, I think really gave this the pop it needed. And oh goodness, adding the orange, it just, the whole thing pulled together. I absolutely love it. Love, love, love.
Okay, y'all, this is done. Oh my goodness, I'm super excited about this. This turned out better than I could have imagined, and I think the best part was the fact that it was like more rough and not as perfect is actually my favorite part about it. It looks kind of more Tim Burton-y, and that's who I am. That's my style. I'm a little more creepy and not as perfect. So I'm absolutely in love with how this turned out. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, y'all. I had so much fun making all these projects. Oh my goodness. They did, however, take way more time than I thought it was going to. So it took 12 hours to do all the pumpkins, and it took 2 days worth of filming. I did not expect it to take so long. So I know in internet land, a lot of times things just appear and it looks like, oh my God, it's done. But that's not actually how it works. So I just want to be really, really clear that these projects took a long time. So I'm really happy with how they turned out though. I do think if I had to pick a favorite, it would probably be between these two. This one turned out spectacular. I think this was actually a really good dupe for that bad pumpkin. I think a lot of people wouldn't know it wasn't the one from the store. And this one, I don't think it's as good as the one in the store, but it's great. And I love that I got to incorporate my own wording into it. So that is it. I would love to know which one was your favorite. Love to know if you thought it was worth the DIY. For me, I really thought it was worth it. I was able to keep items out of the landfill and reuse items that were kind of on their last hurrah before hitting the garbage pile, and that means a lot to me. I would rather buy secondhand than consumer products. So for me, that is a huge win. And I also got to work with my hands. Y'all, I'm an artist. I love working with my hands, but my art tends to be digital and I don't get to work with my hands that often. So this was just really fun to get to do that. That being said, this project took a ton of time and I kind of regret the amount of time it took to do this, but I don't regret the results. So thank you so much for checking this video out. If you haven't done it yet, please go check out the Thrift-o-ween playlist that this is part of. There are so many cool projects in there that have to do with vintage, thrifting, and Halloween. And that's it, y'all. Stay creative. Bye. Hey, y'all. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Catherine Young, and I'm a creative. And already Lily's into something. What are you doing, Lily? Oh my goodness. Little jerk. No, but I don't want this in camera, so. You gotta be kidding me. Stop. Oh. Oh no, it fell out. Oh, good Lord, this is so heavy. Okay, I got this, it's fine. It's a paint miracle. There is not paint all over me. And that is a wrap.